This creative story begins with a lady named Miranda, who works as a teacher at a university, instructing many children. Miranda loves training children and teaching them various things, which is why she enjoys her work. After finishing her day, Miranda is returning home. She enjoys teaching kids and introducing them to new things, so as usual, she's heading home after completing her tasks. Miranda lived with her Uncle Tom because her parents had died in a car accident when she was young. Since then, Uncle Tom had raised Miranda and treated her like his own daughter. Tom was an archaeologist who worked for a museum, researching and discovering ancient artifacts. With his colleagues, Tom had found many ancient items that were worth millions of dollars in today's world. Tom loved Miranda dearly and treated her as his own child. One day, Miranda told her uncle that she was going out for a night out with her boyfriend. She asked for his permission, and Tom, knowing Miranda was responsible, granted it. Miranda said she'd be home by morning. After she left, Tom began thinking about something but soon got busy with his own work. The next day, a man is seen walking in a park, but his attention is caught by a lady who turns out to be Miranda. She was not wearing any clothes, and her condition was very poor. The man immediately called for an ambulance, and Miranda was rushed to the hospital. Lying on the stretcher, Miranda slowly regained consciousness, and the doctors began asking her questions about her name and her relatives. Miranda shared her name and details about her family. Meanwhile, Uncle Tom, when he arrived at Miranda's room at the hospital, couldn't find her. He became very worried. Soon, he received a call from the hospital informing him that a girl named Miranda was in a critical condition and asked him to come immediately. Inside the hospital, Miranda's body had strange marks on it, and these marks seemed to be changing her into something unusual. There were some doctors present who took Miranda's X-ray. One doctor noticed that Miranda's X-ray didn't resemble that of a human, it appeared to be from a completely different creature. The assistant, upon showing the X-ray to his senior, was shocked, but the senior doctor dismissed it, saying that the assistant had made a mistake in taking the X-ray, and instructed him to do it again. The assistant immediately went back to Miranda, turned on the X-ray machine, but at that moment, Miranda started regaining consciousness. To their horror, her body began to transform rapidly. Miranda changed into a dangerous alien creature capable of growing to an enormous size. With the power of this new form, Miranda killed the assistant instantly and left the room. Using her large tentacles, she destroyed several nurses along the way. Meanwhile, the strange marks on her body were still visible, which didn't surprise Tom. It seemed like he already had an idea of what was happening. He quickly moved Miranda and injected her with a strange serum. As soon as the injection was administered, the changes happening in Miranda's body began to reverse, and she returned to her normal state. Once Miranda was back to her usual self, Tom quickly drove her away in his car. As they were driving, Miranda regained full consciousness and asked Tom whether all the deaths at the hospital had been caused because of her. Tom didn't directly answer her question and simply told her to stay quiet. Miranda's mind was racing, and she felt a sense that something was wrong with her body, but the truth was still unclear to her. After a while, Tom took Miranda to a secluded place and revealed the truth. Tom simply said, "You're not human. I, along with my student Fox, created you in the laboratory using alien DNA." Miranda's mind was flooded with questions, and she asked, "But I'm your sister's daughter, aren't I?" Tom replied, "I don't have a sister, and you didn't have any parents." Tom mentioned his talented student, Fox, who had worked with him on secret government projects. The government had called them to conduct a top-secret experiment, providing them with alien DNA. Together, Tom and Fox combined the alien DNA with human DNA. After much effort, they created Miranda. However, after some time, Tom started to feel uneasy. Even though Miranda was made from alien DNA, she still had human life within her, and Tom didn't want her to be subjected to further experiments. So, Tom took Miranda and moved far away to give her a normal life. Miranda, however, kept asking what was happening to her body. Tom explained that living in their environment was slowly making her alien DNA body sick, and she could no longer avoid transforming into her true form. Tom had decided that he would fix this issue, no matter what it took. Unfortunately, he didn't have the technology, but his student Fox did. So, Tom took Miranda and headed toward Mexico, where Fox lived. After traveling, they arrived in Mexico and decided to stay at a motel for the night. Tom had tried to inquire about Fox at a bar, but no one seemed to know anything about him. Fox was very secretive about his work and experiments, making sure no one knew what he was up to. There was an old man at the bar who kept staring at Tom, and it seemed like he might know something, but he didn't speak up at that moment. The next morning, Tom provided Miranda with a syringe containing a special medicine. When Miranda started to feel ill, she had to inject the medicine into her body. If she didn't, she would weaken and transform into an alien, killing everyone around her. Miranda understood the situation well, and soon after, Tom left the place, determined to find Fox no matter what. He visited every possible location, asking around for any information about Fox, but unfortunately, there was no result. When Tom arrived at a public area, he asked some children about Fox, but soon, he noticed a nun in the distance. The nun's eyes looked strange, almost as if she wasn't human at all. It was then revealed that she was another alien, much like Miranda, and it seemed she was about to attack Tom. Tom saw the nun extend her sharp tongue, clearly intending to kill him. He quickly fled to save his life. The nun, with surprising agility, leaped across buildings as though it was a normal task for her. She extended her tongue, wrapping it around Tom's leg, but just as she was about to strike, a group of police officers arrived on the scene. The nun, sensing danger, released Tom's leg and retreated. Tom used this opportunity to escape and ran as fast as he could. While escaping, he encountered the same old man he had seen at the pub earlier. The old man told Tom that he knew where Fox could be found, but to meet Fox, Tom had to follow a specific procedure. The old man explained that at exactly midnight, Tom should take a cab that would take him to Fox's secret location. However, in order to meet Fox, Tom had to write down a proper reason on paper so that Fox would agree to meet and help him. Tom followed the instructions, took the designated cab, and wrote down the reason on paper. But to his shock, the cab driver wasn't just an ordinary person. He was an alien who, using large tentacles, began attacking Tom. Tom ran for his life, realizing that this alien creature could easily kill him. He was puzzled as well. How had so many alien DNA creatures appeared? He and his student Fox had only created one such being, Miranda. How, then, were so many alien DNA-based creatures now appearing? Tom quickly entered the taxi to escape from the alien and, in the process, collided with an obstacle, trapping the alien. To eliminate the alien, Tom poured gasoline on it and set it on fire, killing the alien DNA-infused human. Tom narrowly escaped death. He immediately went to the old man and began threatening him, asking why he had given him incorrect information. However, the old man, who had been prepared, pointed a gun at Tom, rendering him helpless. At that moment, Miranda made her entry. Seeing Tom in danger, she began transforming into an alien. Her eyes turned completely white. The old man, terrified, quickly revealed the correct location of Fox. Now, Tom and Miranda knew where Fox was, and they followed the directions to a factory where Fox might be located. As they approached, Miranda started feeling something, and she told Tom that Fox was likely there. Miranda went up to a door and indicated that Fox was behind the wall. She said he was jumping around, though she didn't understand why. Miranda touched the lock, and she immediately discovered the password. She opened the door, and they went inside. Inside, they found Fox on a bed with a woman. When Tom called out to him, Fox quickly came running, and the woman in the bed was none other than the same nun who had previously attacked Tom. Her name was Sarah, and Fox revealed that he had created her by combining alien DNA, and she was his girlfriend, meaning he could make her do whatever he wanted. Tom was disturbed by this revelation, as using alien DNA for personal gain was dangerous. Fox then went on to explain that the driver who had attacked Tom was also someone he had brought back to life using alien DNA. The man had died in an accident days earlier, but Fox had resurrected him. But Fox explained that the family members of the driver had requested that he be brought back to life, which is why Fox inserted alien DNA into his body to revive him. Tom didn't want to get into an argument with Fox, so he got straight to the point. He informed Fox that Miranda's condition was worsening, and suddenly, Miranda collapsed, with the same strange marks appearing on her body. Fox quickly laid her on a stretcher and began examining her. After a short while, the reports came in, and Fox told Tom that Miranda didn't have much time left. The alien DNA inside her was rapidly weakening, and she might die in just a few days. Although alien DNA provided strength to humans, it also had a limited lifespan, which seemed to be running out inside Miranda. Hearing this, Tom was devastated. Despite Miranda being created in a laboratory, he had become emotionally attached to her. Tom didn't want to be separated from her, but it seemed like they had no other choice. When Miranda regained consciousness, she realized the truth. Wanting to spend her last moments with Tom, she went to a church with him, and they began praying together. Miranda told Tom that she wanted to go back to the city and surrender to the police because, whether knowingly or unknowingly, she had killed several people at the hospital. She felt guilty and wanted to face the consequences. Despite being an alien, Miranda still held on to her humanity, which was clear in her intentions. Moved by her words, Tom hugged her tightly. Shortly after, Fox arrived, and he wanted to share something important with them. Tom, Miranda, and Fox all ended up at Fox's laboratory, where Fox revealed an unsettling truth. He told Tom that if they wanted to save Miranda, there was only one possible way. They would need to kill an individual and transfer that person's body cells into Miranda to help her alien DNA develop properly. However, as soon as Miranda and Tom heard this, they both immediately refused because they could not take someone's life, even to save Miranda. Fox argued that there were many criminals in the city, and if they were to kill one, it might actually be a benefit to society. Using their cells, they could save Miranda's life. But Tom and Miranda still wouldn't agree. That very night, Miranda began to change, and she fell unconscious. Her condition worsened, and it seemed that her time was running out. Tom and Fox rushed her to the laboratory, where Fox told Tom that he would need to bring someone whose cells could be used to help Miranda. Reluctantly, Tom agreed, and he set off to the nightclub, hoping to find someone. It wasn't long before Tom's eyes landed on a prostitute, who noticed him staring at her. Understanding his intent, she led him to the back of the club, attempting to get close to him. Though Tom was tempted, he knew this wasn't the time for anything personal, it was about saving Miranda's life. Tom tried to deceive the woman, suggesting that he could take her somewhere better for what she wanted, but she was far too experienced for that. She quickly pulled out a gun and began stealing all of Tom's money, doing the same with everyone who tried to get close to her. Just as things seemed to go wrong, Zara appeared. Zara knocked the woman out with a punch, saving Tom. It was later revealed that Fox had intentionally sent Zara to help Tom, knowing she could assist in this dangerous situation. Together, they dragged the unconscious prostitute to the laboratory. However, Fox started to feel uneasy about the whole plan, realizing how wrong it was. In the laboratory, Miranda's condition had worsened even more, and now, there was another person whose DNA and cells could be exchanged with Miranda's to save her life. Fox had set up his entire experiment, creating chambers made of human DNA. He placed the prostitute in one chamber and Miranda in another, beginning the DNA interchange process. However, there was no guarantee that Miranda would survive the procedure. Several hours later, the mission was successful. Miranda broke out of her chamber, seemingly restored to her former self. Tom went to her, hoping to comfort her, but to his shock, Miranda didn't recognize him. Instead, she began attacking him. Her behavior was completely strange, and Tom had never seen her act like this. It seemed like Miranda had lost control over her body. After a short while, Miranda collapsed again and was placed under treatment. Tom was deeply concerned. Since Miranda regained consciousness, she had been acting strangely, staring at people and behaving more like the prostitute whose DNA had been transferred into her. Miranda's actions now mirrored those of the prostitute because her cells and DNA had been exchanged with Miranda's. Miranda, now influenced by the prostitute's DNA, began to seduce her uncle Tom, getting uncomfortably close to him. Tom, who had always seen Miranda as his daughter, immediately pushed her away. This infuriated Miranda, and in a fit of rage, she put on her clothes and stormed out of the lab. Tom couldn't stop her because, as an alien, Miranda had the power to harm him if she wanted to. Miranda then traveled to a man's place, where she attempted to get close to him, continuing her new, altered behavior. Miranda, now fully influenced by the prostitute's DNA, went straight to a man and began flirting with him. However, it was later revealed that this man was also made from alien DNA, half human, half alien. It was likely that Fox had created him for some purpose. When Miranda realized this, she immediately used her tentacles to kill the man. She couldn't form any bond with another alien and saw every alien as her enemy. A moment later, their true forms were revealed, showing them as dangerous, monstrous aliens. But, unfortunately, women always win in these situations, and the man was killed. Meanwhile, Tom was sitting in the laboratory when Fox approached him, asking where Miranda had gone. Tom explained that her behavior had become very strange and that she had left in anger, heading somewhere far away. Fox then told Tom about a serious issue. The DNA cells inside Miranda were now those of the prostitute, meaning some of her behavior had transferred into Miranda. If they didn't stop Miranda, she would mate with humans, creating more aliens like herself. Tom argued that this couldn't be true because he had removed Miranda's reproductive organs when she was a child. However, Fox explained that due to the use of advanced technology, the cells he had transferred into Miranda's body had regenerated her reproductive organs. This meant that Miranda now had the ability to create more aliens like her. Fox and Tom realized that they needed to stop her before the number of aliens grew uncontrollably. Tom, deeply troubled, went to a church to pray, where he met a priest. The priest explained rituals to help calm Tom's troubled mind. But suddenly, Zara entered and attacked the priest, killing him. Zara's actions were driven by a dark reason, one that had been carefully planned. Suddenly, she attacked Tom, trying to kill him. But Tom, sensing the danger, cleverly managed to cause a large structure to fall on Zara, trapping her underneath. Tom thought she was dead, so he hurriedly left to search for Miranda. Meanwhile, Miranda arrived at a nightclub, where she knocked out a singer and stole her clothes. Standing on stage, Miranda performed a series of moves that caught the attention of a man in the crowd. The man made the mistake of touching Miranda inappropriately, which angered her. She immediately extended her long tongue and shoved it into his ear, killing him instantly. The onlookers, horrified by the scene, fled the club. Soon after, Fox arrived. Upon entering, Miranda completely lost control and began stripping off her clothes, advancing toward Fox in an attempt to be intimate with him. She succeeded, but after taking what she wanted, she killed Fox, just like a female in the animal kingdom would do. If she is stronger, she kills the male after mating. A little while later, Tom arrived at the scene and found Fox's lifeless body. Fox's body was mostly intact, but Tom's attention shifted to Miranda, whose condition had worsened. She once again had the same marks on her body. Tom immediately took her to the laboratory, hoping to find a way to treat her. Miranda, however, expressed that she no longer wanted to live. She wanted to be killed quickly because she felt that a ruthless alien inside her was mercilessly killing humans. Miranda had lost the will to live and wanted to end it, but Tom couldn't bring himself to let his daughter die in this way. Tom tried everything in his power to save Miranda. At that moment, Zara, who hadn't died yet, suddenly rose and transformed into her alien form, advancing toward Tom with the intention to kill him. She attacked him relentlessly with her large tentacles, injuring him severely until he collapsed. But then, Miranda, now in her alien form, appeared to save him. Miranda and Zara fought fiercely, exchanging blows and inflicting serious injuries. However, Miranda had various fighting techniques, using them to attack Zara and injure her badly by piercing her body with her tentacles. After all of this, Miranda, for some unknown reason, began moving toward Tom. It seemed the alien influence within her was taking control. Tom, unarmed, couldn't defend himself. But just as Miranda was about to strike, Zara, who wasn't truly dead, flew in from behind and impaled Miranda with her own tentacles, killing her. Miranda was dead, but Tom knew Zara would kill him as well. Seizing the opportunity, he grabbed a nearby gun and fired directly at Zara. The bullets pierced Zara's body, and she fell, dead. She transformed from her alien form back into her human form as she dropped to the ground. Tom's life was spared, but he couldn't save Miranda, the girl he had come to see as a daughter. In a final act, Tom set the entire factory on fire to ensure that no alien DNA would remain, preventing any further experiments. The factory was destroyed, and Tom left the scene.